Teenage activists are back at the state capitol pushing for safer schools. And instead of lawmakers kind of ignoring them this year that they have in the past, they're finding more success because they're not out there pushing for gun control. Our political editor Dennis Welch explains.
Now, since the Parkland school shooting just a couple of years ago, March for Our Lives have tried unsuccessfully to lobby for legislation that secures school campuses with a focus on mental health and gun safety. But this year, they are finding a whole lot more success after removing the word guns and finding a much more receptive audience with Republican lawmakers. The bill calls for schools to identify and treat students dealing with mental health issues like drug addiction, thoughts of suicide, violence, and depression. About 40 young activists with March for Our Lives like Jacob Martinez spent the day with lawmakers from both sides of the aisle and appeared that they ginned up bipartisan support, something that seemed unlikely 2 years ago when they were staging die-ins at the legislature and occupying the governor's office.
We know, we think if we have an idea and we know something can pass, especially with bipartisan support like we're working on right now, we're going to work on that as much as we can and hopefully in the future be able to expand and even, diversify what we're doing down here.
Now, March for Our Lives will not be pushing for any red flag laws that would allow law enforcement to take away guns from people who are deemed a public threat. Now, they have pushed for this in the past, but as Martinez told us today, they are focused on what is possible and not impossible. At the Capitol, Dennis Welch, Arizona's Family.